Good morning, students. Today we discuss a new chapter that is called electrochemistry. I think most of you are familiar with that. Electrochemistry. Electrochemistry. And the name itself indicates the topic mainly deals with the interrelation between electrical energy and chemical reaction. Last year, the lesson called redox reaction, you have studied. Towards the end of the lesson, it deals with redox couple, isn't it? And the redox couple, what is the representation or the redox couple consists of, or what are the different components of that redox couple? And here, electrochemistry, it is a branch of chemistry which deals with the interrelation between electrical energy and chemical reactions. And about this, electrochemical cell. Electrochemical cell. This electrochemical cell, it is a device which converts electrical or which converts the chemical energy into electrical energy, or in other words, it is a device. Electrochemical cell is a device which produces electrical energy as a result of chemical reaction. A device which produces electrical energy as a result of chemical reaction is called an electrochemical cell. And such a cell was first introduced by two scientists, namely Luigi Galvani as well as Alessandro Volta. Therefore, electrochemical cell is sometimes known as galvanic cell or voltaic cell. It is also known as Daniel cell also. Galvani, Luigi Galvani, Alessandro Volta. Therefore, electrochemical cell is called a galvanic cell or voltaic cell. Then, next we discuss about the schematic representation of an electrochemical cell. How an electrochemical cell is represented. And already told you that it consists of redox couple, or it consists of two half cell and one half cell, that is a zinc rod is dipped in zinc sulfate solution. Zinc rod is dipped in zinc sulfate solution and copper rod is dipped in copper sulfate solution. That is, a metal rod is dipped into its salt solution which acts as electrolyte. Here a zinc rod is dipped in zinc sulfate solution and copper rod is dipped in copper sulfate solution. These metal rods are generally termed as electrode, and the electrodes are connected with the help of a wire and a voltmeter, and the two solutions are connected by using a salt bridge. You don't study it in details because it is somewhat eliminated part of this syllabus, but it is necessary to find out the electrode potential that is included in the syllabus. How we calculate the electrode potential of a cell. For that, I briefly explain this electrochemical cell. And this is the schematic representation. A glass tube bent at right angles, that is salt bridge. And the electrode that is represented on the left side is where oxidation takes place, is called anode, and the electrode represented on the right side where reduction takes place is called a cathode. Okay? You know there are two electrodes, one is anode and cathode, and in the lower class you have studied about electrolysis. Clear? Electrolysis, for that both electrodes are introduced into the same container, and you don't confuse with this. It is an electrochemical cell. As a result of this electrical or chemical reaction, the voltmeter shows some deflection, which indicates that some electricity is produced as a result of this chemical reaction. Okay, and that is the electrode on the represented on the left side where oxidation takes place is called anode, while the electrode represented on the right side where reduction takes place is called a cathode. These two solutions are connected with the help of a salt bridge. Then, what is a salt bridge? A salt bridge is a U-shaped glass tube. Salt bridge is a U-shaped glass tube which contains inert electrolytes such as KCl, KNO3, etc. filled with a jelly form of agar-agar. Agar-agar and gelatin is mixed and this inert electrolyte such as KCl and KNO3 is introduced into the salt bridge. Then what do you mean by, I usually confuse with what do you mean by an inert electrolyte? I use the term inert electrolyte. An inert electrolyte is one whose ions doesn't interfere this conduction. For example, this KCl ionizes to form K plus and Cl minus. Both have same mobility, and as per the entrance level it is called a transport number. And since K plus and Cl minus ions have same mobility, same speed, there is no potential difference. In other words, if you take sodium chloride, Na plus and Cl minus, these ions differs in their speed. Obviously, there arises a potential difference. Such a potential difference created is called a liquid junction potential. It is not necessary for your board exam. Liquid junction potential or salt bridge usually contains inert electrolyte in order to minimize liquid junction potential. Okay. And functions, or what is salt bridge? What is its function? A salt bridge is a U-shaped glass tube that filled with inert electrolytes such as KCl with the help of agar-agar and gelatin. And what are the functions of a salt bridge? Salt bridge maintains electrical neutrality between the half cell. Normally, the flow of electron is in this direction, that is from zinc to copper. Being electron rich center, zinc donate that electron, and due to the electron deficient character, Cu2 plus ions accept that. And while the current flow of current is in the reverse direction. And in order to understand this representation, that is anode is always represented on the left side and the cathode is represented on the right side. You can easily remember the representation by using a single word, that is nothing but LOAN, L-O-A-N. The electrode that is represented on the left side where oxidation takes place is called anode, that carries negative charge. Don't confuse with this. Here anode is positive in electrolytic cell, while in electrochemical cell anode is negative charge. Negatively charged means anode acts as the source of electrode. Left side oxidation, that electrode is called anode, that carries negative charge. Okay. And as far as this electrodes are concerned, and it is with the electrode reaction, you know, at the anode always oxidation takes place. That is, zinc gives Zn2 plus 2 electron. Oxidation. In electronic concept, oxidation is the process of losing of electron. Electrons are lost. And at cathode, what happens? Reduction takes place. Cu2 plus 2 electron gives Cu. Net reaction is, what is the net reaction? Zn plus Cu2 plus gives Zn2 plus Cu. That is, zinc undergo oxidation and copper undergo reduction. Or we can summarize that in a galvanic cell, redox reaction takes place. Redox reaction takes place. Okay? Next is how we can represent a galvanic cell. Representation of galvanic cell. Representation of a galvanic cell or a Daniell cell. By convention, the anode is always represented on the left side and cathode is represented on the right side. Okay? Left side anode, right side cathode. And we just remember that pictorial diagram, that is these two solutions are connected by using a salt bridge. And while representing anode, first we represent the symbol of metal followed by the symbol of H ion with the concentration in brackets. Zn solid state, zinc rod dipped in zinc sulfate, that means Zn2 plus, having a particular concentration, say 0.1 molar, 0.2 molar, 0.01 molar, like that. The metal solution interface is represented by using a vertical line. And here there are two vertical lines. The two vertical lines represent a salt bridge. Okay? And next we represent on the right side, we represent cathode. And while representing cathode, first we write the symbol of ion with concentration in bracket followed by the symbol of metal. This is the representation of a galvanic cell. If you are given any type of reaction and you have to ask how to represent the cell, once you identify the corresponding electrode, say anode or cathode, you can easily represent it. The anode is always represented on the left side and cathode is represented on the right side. While representing an anode, first we write the symbol of the metal followed by a symbol of its ion with the concentration in bracket. Zinc rod is dipped in 0.1 molar zinc sulfate or 0.25 molar zinc sulfate. And cathode is represented, first we write the symbol of a ion with concentration bracket followed by the symbol of the metal. There are two vertical lines that represent a salt bridge. And suppose a question asks like this, represent the following cell where the cell reaction is Ni plus 2Ag plus gives Ni2 plus 2Ag. Represent the following cell where the cell reaction is Ni plus 2Ag plus. You know how we write or what purpose we use the coefficient as 2. Ni2 plus Ag plus 1 electron gives Ag. That is about this electrode reaction. By writing the electrode reaction for this particular cell, nickel, it undergo oxidation, that is increase in oxidation number, and Ag plus undergo reduction. And the anode reaction is Ni gives Ni2 plus 2 electron. And cathode reaction Ag plus 1 electron gives Ag. In order to equalize that, 2Ag plus 2 electron gives 2Ag, and the resultant reaction becomes 2 electron get cancels, and it becomes Ni plus 2Ag plus gives Ni2 plus 2Ag. Okay, and according to this equation, that is Ni2 plus means oxidation, therefore nickel is the anode. Ni bar Ni2 plus concentration, salt bridge, Ag plus concentration bar Ag. That is, here there is no need to represent the coefficient because silver rod dipped in silver nitrate solution. In order to equalize the number of electrons, we use the coefficient as 2. Therefore, if you are provided with any cell reaction, you can represent the corresponding cell. The only thing you have to remember is that about the position of the electrode. Anode is always represented on the left side. You just remember that word, lone, left, oxidation, called anode, that carries negative. The anode is negative in the electrochemical cell because it acts as the source of electron rich sender, that is zinc or nickel, donate electron because of this electron rich, because it is an electron rich sender. That is, an electrochemical cell is a device which produces electrical energy as a result of chemical reaction, and such a cell was first introduced by two scientists independently, namely Luigi Galvani or Alexandra Volta. That is why it is called a galvanic cell or voltaic cell. It is also called a Daniell cell. And that electrochemical cell consists of two half cells. The half cell where oxidation takes place is called oxidation half, and the other in which reduction takes place is called a reduction half. Oxidation half is represented on the left side, which is called anode, and the reduction half on the right side called the cathode. And just a demonstration of a electrochemical cell, you can conduct how we can make an electrochemical cell in the classroom itself. Take a 250 ml beaker, two such beakers, and prepare 0.1 molar zinc sulfate as well as 0.1 molar copper sulfate, and a zinc rod is dipped in 0.1 molar zinc sulfate taken in a beaker. Got the point? Copper rod dipped in copper sulfate solution taken in another beaker. These electrodes are connected with the help of a wire and a voltmeter. And how we can use how we can construct this salt bridge? For that you take a wet cloth and just potassium chloride or potassium nitrate is spread over the wet cloth, and after rolling it get in the form of a U shape, that is, which connect the two beakers, that is zinc sulfate as well as copper sulfate, which in turn act as a salt bridge. Therefore, this electrode or galvanic cell you can construct inside the classroom, or it is usually taken as a classroom activity. That is, instead of that glass or a salt bridge, you can make a temporary salt bridge as the method I explained. It is taken a wet cloth and just spread this potassium chloride or potassium nitrate over this wet cloth, and after rolling that cloth, one end is put a zinc sulfate and one end on the copper sulfate, which act as the salt bridge, and the voltmeter shows some deflection, some reading are found in the voltmeter. That is about the galvanic cell. And next is about electrode potential. Electrode potential. That is, when a metal rod is dipped into its solution, say zinc rod in zinc sulfate, copper sulfate, like that. Generally, a metal rod is dipped into its solution. It has a tendency either to get oxidized or reduced. Normally, a potential difference is set up or created at the metal solution interface, which is called a single electrode potential. Single electrode potential, that is represented as E. What do you mean by the single electrode potential is, when a metal rod, that is a solid substance, is dipped into its solution, there are two possibilities, either to get oxidized or reduced. When zinc rod is dipped in zinc sulfate, there is a tendency to get oxidized. The same way, when copper rod is dipped in copper sulfate, there is a tendency to get reduced. Generally, when a metal rod is dipped into its solution, it has a tendency either to get oxidized or to get reduced. The potential difference setup or the potential difference created at the metal solution interface is called a single electrode potential, and at standard condition, that is 298 Kelvin and 1 atmospheric pressure, it is called a standard electrode potential. Standard electrode potential represented as E0 electrode. And if the electrode potential is due to oxidation, it is called oxidation potential, and if it is due to reduction, it is called a reduction potential. That is, electrode potential is of two types. One is oxidation potential, and other is reduction potential. Oxidation potential or reduction potential. And as per the convention, the electrode potential is always represented in terms of reduction potential value. Clear? It is of two types. One is oxidation potential and other is reduction potential. But as per the convention, this electrode potential is always, or standard electrode potential is represented in terms of E0 in terms of reduction potential value. Then what is the relation between reduction potential and the oxidation potential is reduction potential equal to minus oxidation potential. Reduction potential value is minus oxidation potential. For example, the reduction potential, that is E0 Zn2 plus bar Zn, that is reduction potential of zinc, is minus 0.76 volt. Then oxidation potential of zinc Zn bar Zn2 plus equal to plus or 0.76 volt. Magnitude is same but sign is opposite. Reduction potential, that is once you get the oxidation potential, you can convert the corresponding reduction potential by just changing the sign. But remember that the electrode potential is always given, always expressed in terms of reduction potential. And normally doubt arises how we can measure, how we can calculate the single electrode potential value. In the first year, we studied about the term called atomic mass. For that, there is a relative factor which is nothing but carbon 12 isotope, isn't it? With respect to 1 by 12th mass of a carbon 12 atom, what is the mass of that particular element, which is called atomic mass? Here we use a reference electrode for calculating the single electrode potential value. The reference electrode used to calculate the single electrode potential value is called standard hydrogen electrode. Standard hydrogen electrode, SHE, or normal hydrogen electrode, standard hydrogen electrode or normal hydrogen electrode. Here the standard hydrogen electrode or normal hydrogen electrode is a reference electrode which consists of a platinum wire, thin platinum wire fitted with a platinum strip, and is coated with finely divided platinum, Clear? A platinum wire that is fitted with a platinum strip and is coated with a finely divided platinum. It is enclosed in a glass jacket through which hydrogen gas at 1 bar pressure is bubbled. Hydrogen gas at 1 bar pressure is bubbled. It is dipped in 1 molar H plus solution, 1 molar HCl or 1 molar acidic solution. This is the setup or construction of SHE, standard hydrogen electrode. It is a reference electrode which consists of a platinum wire fitted with a platinum strip and is coated with a finely divided platinum. It is enclosed in a glass jacket through which hydrogen gas at 1 bar pressure is bubbled. It is dipped in 1 molar H plus solution or 1 molar acidic solution, and arbitrarily it is assumed that the electrode potential due to SHE at 298 Kelvin is equal to 0.0 volt. At 298 Kelvin, the electrode potential value of She is 0 volt. That is why it is used as a reference electrode. It can act as an anode as well as cathode. When act as cathode, it becomes 2H plus 2 electron gives H2, or when act as anode, H2 gives 2H plus 2 electrons. Okay. The electrode potential of She is 0 volt. Therefore, it is used as a reference electrode. And next part is about how we can measure the single electrode potential value using this reference electrode. Okay. I think we are clear with this reference electrode, then only you can easily understand how this reference electrode is helpful for measuring the electrode potential of unknown electrode. Okay, you just go through this, and in the next class we discuss about this measurement of single electrode potential value by using this reference electrode, or how we can find out the value of unknown electrode using this reference electrode. That we discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you.